Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are all okay today. I hope you're having a lovely day so far, wherever you are in the world. Yeah, so it's a bit of an impromptu stream today. I did feel like I was, wanted to play a little bit of U-Boat today. As I did stream it yesterday, and I kind of got that itch to play it again last night. But I only want to play this game whilst on stream anyway. I don't want to make a new campaign doing this and that. Yeah, I just thought I'd play a little bit of U-Boat today. So for any who do want to jump in, just say hello, then I say by all means. But yeah, I'm just gonna go jump straight into it today. There's nothing really to report on my end. So I've just kind of been keeping busy, playing a bit of Borderlands 3 actually, and I've got the whole, I've got the issue of what I had with Borderlands 1, well, Borderlands 2 and Borderlands pre-sequel, that you get through, like, you're at end game, and then I go to the next game, and you're starting again, and you've got no abilities, you've got no, you've got, like, no gear or anything, and it just kind of feels like you're starting from scratch again, which I know you are, but again, it's not really, it doesn't feel enjoyable at the start. But yeah, I'm just going to try and plow through that during my free time anyway. So, but yeah, today I feel like just doing a little bit more U-Boat. As I do have the week off this week anyway, so there will be probably a few impromptu streams lying around. So, yeah, that's from the old patrol that we did. Okay, so headquarters task may be started. Okay, there is nothing we can do here. This is something we did last time. We don't have any reputation points. So for those who didn't watch the previous stream, we completed Patrol 6, which was a... basically, we went up to the west side of Scotland to recover the Enigma machine. So we did do pretty well. When we got there was two warships. So there was one British destroyer and there was one corvette, which we managed to sink simultaneously, which was done really well. I say there were targets which were stationary, but we were able to sink them in sync. So yeah, that went pretty well. So we can ignore this now. We can ignore the Enigma recovery. Before we did complete the weather station at Bear Island as well. So yeah, that's actually worked out pretty well for us. I don't know if we can actually go up here. I imagine we can, because there is some... Yeah, I imagine we could get up there, but I don't think there's ever going to be a situation where we need to. I don't even think our U-boat could take us that far. It probably could, actually. It could probably take us that far. So today, there is a few things we can actually look at in terms of the missions that we're going to do. So we're going to... we are just going to double check. I know I did do it, but we did make sure everything was stocked up to the best we could. How do I want to position this? I want to position like that. I don't know why, it doesn't really make no difference, but it's fine. They have made some more shells from the look of it as well, which is great. We have got full fuel, and then we are fully stocked with T1 and T2 torpedoes in the bow and stern, and then we have got the diving suit, which we did use in the last patrol, and a bolt action rifle, so a Carbiner 98k. That's a lot of coffee. I don't think I'm going to take this as of the moment, as I don't think there's really any need for it. So yeah, what we're going to do is we are going to look at our missions that we do have at headquarters. So there's a few things we can do here. So there is 5 missions outstanding, so 3 would be patrols. So there's in the tonnage war in sectors AN443 and AN58, and that is just a patrol in the North Sea, which should be pretty straightforward. It is to sink ships of 4,000 tons as well, which say should be pretty simple. Then there is the tonnage war, which is in sectors AM78 and BF14, which will give us 6,000 credits, and then we will get an additional radio officer and another 6,000 credits. War correspondent Stefan Malbauer will join you on board to write an article about your U-boat, make a good impression, and ensure his safety. So that's interesting. So that's something that we could maybe consider. I do have to try and think about the fuel though, as I did get caught out a few streams ago. And then there is a patrol in AM29 and AM64, and we do have to patrol 2,500 kilometers within the area and sink a total of 10,000 tons. And then is increased activity of enemy aircrafts was recently noticed in this area. That is probably due to the fact that we sunk 2 boats within this area to recover the Enigma machine. So I don't think that's something that we are really in the market for doing at the moment. There is the attack of Scarpa which is on the north side of Scotland, and there is a fair amount we could actually get from this. So the U-boat command is to prepare a plan to strike at Scarpa Flow. It is one of the most heavily defended and important Royal Navy bases. If one of our U-boats manages to sneak in and sink a recognisable Royal Navy ship, it will be a signal that there is no safe place to hide from our U-boats. Now that I say that, it would be fairly interesting. Your orders to sneak into Scarflow and sink the most prominent target that you find. That would give us a substantial amount of credit, but I don't think that is something that we are currently in the market for. Reason being is we don't really have the sonar decoys. I think having our crew to be a little bit better in terms of the skill that we have. So you have each officer will have a number amount of skills. We only have 6 officers on board as well. It would be nice to do that when there is 7, as we can kind of, as a officer comes off, an officer can go on as well, because we don't want to be caught with not being able to use our torpedoes whilst we've got no officer on board. So we're going to leave that at the moment. And then there is a plant mines along the British east coast. Britain heavily relies on the naval shipping to keep its economy running. The command wants to exploit this weakness by various means. One of them is to lay small minefields around the British Isles. So that is something that we could actually consider doing as well. I don't think we're going to do that now. I think probably just doing a bit of a patrol sector. First, I'm going to say go and do a sector in AN43 and AN58, and just see if we can actually make a dent in some boats here. So we can accept that, and then afterwards I think we might actually go and do the mine laying as well. So we will try and do 2 patrols this stream. So I'm going to select that. We're going to make sure we have everything on board from the warehouse. So let's have a look at what we have. So we do have 10 repair kits, 5 med kits. We've got enough food on board, along with ammunition. Fuel is indeed done, and our torpedoes are indeed done as well. Ammunition, we can just look at the deck gun, so we've got enough there, and we have enough in the flat gun as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to say goodbye to that. We are going to make sure that we have everyone on board, and we have 2 people within the what are these as well? Request resupply. We don't need to be doing any of this. So we're not going to have anyone on the with the skipper at the moment. There's no need, so we don't want to overwork the crew before we need to. So what we're going to do, we are going to go from ahead third, and we're just going to get cracking. I say it is a lovely day. It is the 20th of February in 1940, and we are setting off at around 9 o'clock in the morning. So weather's looking great as well, so doesn't seem like there's any going to be any issues spotting anything coming out of the port at the moment, and we're just going to speed this up a little bit. Oh, of course, I can't stop coughing. So yeah, I'm just going to make sure this is going slowly. We haven't actually set our course yet where we want to be going, and we're just going to say we're going to go up here. And we're just going to do a little bit of a loop around. And we will just wait this out now. So, but yeah, I hope everyone's doing okay. I hope everyone's having a nice chill day wherever you are. I understand a lot of people will probably be at work as it is a Tuesday afternoon or Tuesday morning, wherever you are. Okay, I didn't know that opened there. Just gonna. Okay, that's another additional way out where you can go as well. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I did not know that. So yeah, as I say, I hope everyone's having a good day. I don't know how long I will be streaming for today. I did have a bit of a hankering to play this game anyway, so I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna blast it on stream, and if anyone wants to come along, then that's absolutely great. So anyone who is watching the VOD as well, I do hope you enjoy. If you haven't noticed, I am on the road to affiliate as well, so if you do want to drop a follow in the channel as well, that would be absolutely lovely. And yeah, hopefully I can just get to that 50 mark. U-300 has been detected, which I believe is just somewhere within the port there, so there's nothing to worry about. So we're just going to speed this up a little bit. Coming out of the port, we are currently out on the more open land now, so we are going to go to ahead 2/3. And I am always a bit dubious when the music changes as well, because I'll never know if I'm in combat, because the port can actually be attacked by aircrafts. So it is something that is you can't just leave the port and assume you're safe. You can actually be attacked there as well. So so what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this up, and once we get into a little bit more open waters, we're going to go ahead full, and we're going to put the time compression to max. Oh, time compression is available, so we're going to go ahead full. No need to go head flank at the moment. So we're just going to do this quick patrol. So I do want to check something though before I continue. I want to go to the settings. Gameplay, Darker Nights is currently not on, so I don't really want that on when I want it on stream, because I say a lot of people here could probably just not see anything at all. I want to see if there's anything I can do with the time. Hardcore aiming mode, absolutely not. Hide detection hints. Disable torpedo solution previews. Food management, don't want to be doing that at the moment. So I have got it only on 43% realism, because I say this is more of a learning curve playthrough, and then depending on how I'll go in the future, I will actually switch it up to be a little bit more difficult. I was going to see if I can have it so the time actually stops for us when we stop time compression. Yeah, so I want to have that on. So that's what I was looking for. Okay. Because I did have that a few times in the last stream, where we ended up missing something because of the time compression didn't stop. So we sustained heavy damage from depth charges and have many injured on board. We are lacking medical supplies. We need help. Meeting point is 5611 north, 3.16 east. We will stay here till the 24th of February at 1940, and they're setting off at 9:34 hours. So it's going to give them 3 days. So I'm going to confirm that, and we are going to actually help them there. So we're going to radio in with BDU, and we are going to get going. We will have to be very careful. Oh, Jesus Christ! Look at the weather state there. Oh, that's horrendous. Yes, we will have to be careful when we are coming across the U-boat. If they have sustained damage, then they obviously have been in combat. So that's something that we want to try and be aware of. So we're going to speed this up. We are only 150 kilometers away from the boat, and on my way back from the base, heard single propellant from the naval square AN 545, most likely merchant, slow speed at a northern course. Okay, so that's something that we are not interested at the moment, and we're just going to get to this U-boat. So the weather is actually atrocious. We can't see a single thing. We can see the rise, or the sunset, but it actually looks like it's snowing at the moment. So yeah, it's a bit rough, this is. So we're going to just see if we can speed this up a little bit, try and get a little bit closer, and so just be a little bit wary of the what have I just done there? Oh, it's up there. Okay, that's fine. So let's get a little bit closer to U-298. So I'm just still trying to work things out. Okay, we're going to be absolutely fine with that. Okay, that's fine. We're going to speed this up. Okay, so again, we are currently struggling for any type of so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead stop, and I don't know if we're going to be able to, because the sea state's going to be a little bit rough, but we can see the U-boat, so we're going to be able to interact with it now. Send a team to investigate. So this U-boat called for help. According to the message, they need medical supplies from us. We should probably take them with us before meeting their crew, assuming that we want to share. Send a team to investigate. So what we're going to do, we're going to send our very own Hooded Snake. So we're going to send Hooded Snake, who joined the squad yesterday. And we're going to send him just because then it's going to give him a little bit of experience. We are going to give him a combat helmet as well, just in case. I can't see why he's going to need one, but you never know. And then we're going to send our very own Kurt Hoffman as well. And I was going to give him a diving suit. So we're going to send three sailors over with 2 officers, and we're going to continue, and we're just going to allow them to go over. Oh, cup of tea, forgot I had that. Kurt Hoffman was welcomed by the skipper of this vessel. After a short exchange of courtesy, the skipper got straight to the point, asking about the resources he asked for in the radio message. So we are going to give these supplies. It has gave us 65% reputation. The skipper thanked us for the help and promised to nicely mention us in his report to headquarters. We are glad to help. So that was actually a very, very worthwhile little encounter. I don't know what that's done with our supplies. I just want to see how much it has taken from us, which our supplies are here. Okay, so that took 1, which again is fine. Ventilation, flak, this. Okay, I did not know. Is this to... ventilation? I did not know this was a thing. Okay, so we got the galley, which is our food here. So I don't think we have to do anything with the food in terms of the handling, because we say we do not have that selected in this campaign. So we're going to head off. It was 515 if I remember correctly. Heading slow, so we can actually see if we can catch up with a boat here. So we are going to go ahead 2/3 and we're going to get going. In fact, we're going to go ahead full. Now we are in the open waters, and we're just going to speed this along. It's weird though, they actually got hit with torpedoes, and then they ended up getting all they needed there was okay, so there was a tiny so several widely separated smoke clouds in the naval square of AN 766. Suspect convoy southern course sending bearing signals. Okay, confirm. Okay, so that was from this guy here. Is that something that we can actually catch up to? And what we're going to do, we are going to put 2 people in with the skipper as well. So we're going to speed this along. I'm not sure if this is something that we can actually catch up to, because they are running fairly quickly. But there is a tiny group, apparently. Single steamer in the naval square of AN 811. Speed is 7 knots, course 21 degrees. 2 duds, 1 miss, couldn't continue attack. Okay. And they are going to southern course as well, according to the report. So we're just going to get going, see if there's anything that we can catch up with here. I don't think there's any need to come here, because we will be struggling to get there anyway, especially with the speed that we're going. So I say we will end up getting there and they won't be there. So let's just try and find our own targets. Let's see what the weather state is currently at the moment. It is not looking too bad. The sea state has calmed down significantly, but we will just see, shall we? So right, there's nothing over the horizon, so I think we are all good. We're just going to continue. I know there wouldn't be anything anyway, but it was always nice to check just to see what the sea state is currently looking like. Okay, so there is a U-323 with a course freighter in the naval square AN 812, southern west course, slow speed, can't intercept. Okay, so that's something this way. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to go onto the hydrophone. Leave station, and we're going to go to the listening room, and we are actually going to try and listen out for some. Okay, so what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to come to we're going to go to about, I mean, here is very, oh, it's not deep at all here. Yeah, it's not deep at all here, so it's going to be just a periscope depth, and we're going to see if we can actually hear anything on the horizon through the hydrophone. So I'm just listening because the dog is snoring, and it doesn't help when I'm trying to listen out for hostile targets. Okay. There's something, and it is off our
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Zu Befehl.
yeah, there's definitely something. You can definitely hear something there. So it does sound like something's quite in front of us at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're just going to speed this up a little bit. We're going to bring the periscope depth up, and then we're just going to shoot. See if we can see any smoke on the horizon. So apparently there was something in front of us at the moment, so I mean, it's going to be a little bit hard with the sea state, well, not with the being night time and stuff, so seeing smoke is going to be the best chance. Okay, so I can't see anything at the moment. We are going to come up. I say, because we can confirm there is something in the general area, but we just can't see it at the moment.
Wechseln auf Dieselmotor. Herr Kaloy.
Okay, so we're going to add someone into the... So we got a incoming transmission. Assign radio man up to the radio room, so we're going to have to say,
Herr Kaloy.
you can go to...
Zu Befehl. Zu Befehl.
So we're going to get Hooded Snake onto the radio, and just to see what's been said, if we can. Weather station report deployment area. So Hooded Snake works in receive. We're going to receive this radio message just to see what's been said. Single merchant ship propeller heard in the naval square of AN 873. Estimated slow speed and eastern course. We are currently carrying out other orders, so good luck. Okay, so we confirm that, and we're just getting a little bit of experience for Hooded Snake there. So we're going to speed this up, and it was AN 814, I think it was. So I think it's up here, and we are really out of our patrol sector here. So I think what we're going to do, we are going to just abort trying to chase down a ship which we most likely won't find.
Zeit für eine Pause.
So we are going to come up here and just see if we can just do
Melde mich zum
a few
Dienst.
loops around here.
Zeit für eine Pause. Sehr wohl, Herr Kaloy. Im Dienst.
Okay, so there's new communication coming in. So a lone steamer smoke cloud spotted somewhere in Naval Square AN 197, slow speed, northern course, pursuing other targets. So confirm. So 197 is up here. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to blast this way, and we're going to actually go ahead. We're going to go ahead flank and just see if we can actually spot something up here as well.
Bestätigt.
Typical. Okay, let's see what this is said. Smart cloud spotted in Naval Square AN 433, northern eastern course. Okay, so that's going to be this direction.
Bestätigt.
Tiny ship. Okay, so what's this ship that we actually can see over the horizon? It is going to be very dark. So we're going to come to a head 2/3. And I believe that is a merchant ship that we are going to be able to look at. So we're gonna put Hooded Snake onto the conning tower, and we're just going to investigate, see if we can see this any further. This may even be the case of just using the deck gun again. We did use that in the last stream as well, and it was actually quite effective. And now we've got the ammunition production going back at HQ. It actually makes that a little bit nicer as well. So let's see if we can spot anything. Okay. Oh, okay. So there is definitely a... So we're going to lock this in. It is a freighter, and it is British as well. So what we're going to do, we're going to do a course, and we are going to attempt to bring this down. We're not going to use a torpedo because I say there is no need for the moment, and we are going to get Hooded Snake onto the deck gun, and we are going to use our high explosive rounds just to pepper it a little. And this is all good experience for Hooded Snake as well, so he is only level 1, and we're going to put 2 people in onto them. So we're gonna take 1 person off the engine, and we're gonna just, so we don't overload the crew at the moment. So they are actually fairly far away. I am not feeling particularly confident with shooting this at the moment. I will do a I will put us onto a head flank just to get a little bit closer to this target, and we're just going to speed up. And now we are round alongside of them, and they obviously have noticed us now, so we are going to be a little bit better. So we're going to just, we've got armor piercing rounds at the moment. We are going to switch them to our high explosive, and we're just going to give them a little bit of a peppering. Okay, there's a hit at the wheelhouse. I think that was just short of the waterline. So what we want to do, we do want to try and get a fire in that engine room. So we are going to come to a head 2/3. We are turning into them a little bit too much at the moment. So we are going to just turn a little bit. So these are all nice hits. And we are going to come to a head 1/3 because they are actually slowing down significantly at the moment. We are starting to outrun them. I'm not sure if these are cargo laden. So these are definitely very good shots. We're just going to see if we can get a fire on the front on the front deck. Nothing at the moment. Oh, that went through. Okay. There we are. There's a fire on deck, and it does look like it is in the engine room. That looks like it will spread very quickly. Yeah, it has spread very quickly. We're going to send one more for good luck. We're going to send one more for good luck. And then we are going to watch these essentially burn. We will stay on the deck gun just to see if we can... okay, they are starting to put these fires out, so we will just start peppering them a little bit more. There is still a fire on deck, as you can see. I believe it is under the... and they are... I do believe they have started taking on some water as well. So now what we're going to do, we are going to switch to the armor piercing, and we're just going to pepper the water line. That might have been a bit low. But yeah, they've definitely been taking on some damage. They are taking on some water, so I think we are good to say that we are yeah, they're definitely taking on some substantial water. Doesn't mean they're going to sink, but they are definitely taking on water. We are currently sitting on 37 rounds as well, so and that fire is starting to get a little bit out of control for them. I think they are struggling to put the fire out, so we are going to just watch and wait. See if we can look around. There's nothing around us. There is lifeboats in the water, so they does look like they are abandoning ship. There we go. They are abandoning ship. So what we're going to do, we are going to Empire Marina sunk. We're going to send a report back to BDU, and there are 3 interactions we can do, and we're going to go to we are going to take on board no one here. We have found some dick, which is love to see it. And then there is on lifeboat 2. We got Dennis Armstrong, Donald Ellis, and then we're going to take on Barry Downs, Harry Baker, and Samuel Isaac. That's going to give us 6 people on board. We are going to save 2 spots for in case we do find another boat which is worth sinking, and then we can take the captain and the skipper there as well. So that's lovely, lovely stuff. So we were out the patrol area as well, but that was fairly close to our 4,000 tons that we needed in this as well. We have nearly completed the patrol sector as well. So we are currently running at ahead 2/3. We're going to pull someone off the flat gun, and they are going to you can get on to take command of the conning tower, and then we are going to get going. So we don't need to do this, and we're just going to speed this up whilst we can now. Oh, right then. So, okay, so there's another tiny ship which has been found in this area. So this is another potential target we can look at. We go ahead and we're going to come around, and it is apparently off our... There we go. That is a U-boat. And I believe that is a friendly U-boat. It's a type 7C. Okay, so let's make an intercept course just to see if they are actually a friendly U-boat. I do hope they are. Yes, they are. That's fine. Yep, so they're all good. We've just waved hello as we've gone past, as like we're a bus driver. And then we are just going to get back to the patrol sector, and we're just going to finish up here. Okay, so we have completed that patrol sector, and we have got a steamer Naval Square AN 188. Course is 235 degrees at slow speed. So AN 188. 188 is up here. So let's see if we can actually make any kind of intercept up here as well. We are only running at a head of 1 full. Convoy in sight. Travelling at 252 at 7 knots. At AN 432. Now that is a convoy. And it is travelling in this direction. So let's see if we can put this through to BDU, and we're going to I don't want to mess with that. Okay, so that is a lone steamer. We don't want to be looking at that at the moment. And let's just speed this up for U1025. The time is currently 4:45 in the morning, so the sun will be coming up, which will help our visibility very soon, I hope. Right, so we should... We should hopefully see some smoke on the horizon. It is early in the morning. The sun is coming up, and that should help us with our visual. Okay, so there's nothing at the moment. Let's see if we can... speed this up. Let's see if we can spot anything. Whilst that's going, my phone has just gone off. Apparently there is something out of stock on my Amazon delivery. So let me have a quick mooch just to see what that is. And apparently they have... So... okay, sorry. So let's have a look. We are apparently travelling alongside, and it should be on our left or our port side. Okay, so we can see a Type 7C on the horizon, which is our friend. And apparently they are in pursuit of this convoy, if I can remember correctly. So let's just see if we can spot anything on the horizon. Another Type 7C. Okay, so it's a bit of a wolf pack going on at the moment. So that's not actually the Type 7C that we were coming to see. So apparently it's this guy. And let's just see if we can spot anything on the horizon at the moment, which, say, we haven't seen anything yet, but I say it is still very early in the day. The engine specialist should be up very soon, and we're going to go to a head flank and see if we can... We have got a lot of fuel that we can burn through at the moment, so we're just going to... That... I don't know if that was the engine or it sounded like an aircraft. It did sound a lot like an aircraft, and I know we are quite close to the RAF Dundee, so there is always a potential that we can actually get attacked here. But what would be nice is to try and find a huge convoy which is going to that we can actually have a nice combat engagement. There is nothing at the moment, so I'm just going to put the time compression up. I'm not going to go to that boat. Okay, so there's nothing here at the moment, so I'm just going to continue, and I'm going to find my own little, hopefully find my own things that I can attack. But at the moment, say it's not been really a fruitful day. We have been at sea now for around 8 days, and we've only found one merchant ship which we sunk with the so let's have a look at these. Single merchant spotted in naval square AN 458, slow speed 7 west course, zigzagging 3 fan miss, 1 tube runner dim pursuit due to equipment issue. Okay, that's fine. We have got a, oh, I'll just exit out the game, there we go. Okay, so we don't need to be looking at that. Right, let's speed this along, and we're going to go down here. We are currently sitting at 55% in our fuel as well. And we're going to go with 2 people on there. We're going to take someone off the hydrophone, and we're going to put someone in with the skipper. And we're going to go down here. We do have another message with a several widely spreaded smoke clouds in Naval Square AN 792, bearing northeast. Okay, so that is actually something that we can take advantage of. There's a tiny ship which is I don't know if it's a U-boat, but there is a smoke over there as well. That is something that we can definitely try and take advantage of. So let's get our hooded snake up there just to get a little bit better visual of that. There is definitely something ahead as well, and it does look like it's a small vessel. Doesn't look substantial at all. We're going to go to a head full, and we're just going to wait for hooded snake to get to the conning tower just so we can get a better visual on that. But it is looking like we are catching up with this vessel as well. Hooded snake, where are you, mate? You should be getting to the conning tower, please, sir. The ballast tanks are currently empty, and the bilges are currently... Okay, cool. Let's see if we can get a better visual on this boat. I mean, we are going to be going on this boat, and then there is this tiny group which looks like a convoy, which we can try and get a good amount of rep through there. I don't know what Keeper Ellos is doing though. I think he's just relaxing. Why is... Oh, I've just... Okay, that was my fault. That was definitely my fault. There we go. Don't forget your pipe. And then let's have a quick nosy on this. So it is ahead of us. Pretty much near on, directly ahead. And it is a merchant vessel. It is country Norwegian. So we can't even engage in this. Although it is very close to the UK. It is very close to the UK. So what we might do, we might even just engage on this. So there's a ship spotted, and we are going to just quickly engage to see if we can yeah, question this, question the boat to see whether or not they are indeed Norwegian. So let's speed this up a little bit. They are, look like they are zigzagging a little bit. And let's just see what's said here. So we are getting quite close to this ship. We don't want to run into it, which if we carried on this way, we definitely would. So we are moving too fast. We're going to go ahead 2/3, and we're just going to jump on to the boat. Let's have a look. I'm just going to correct course, 8 degrees starboard. Okay, we are going to interact with the SS Irma. Okay, so this freighter is unarmed, seems not to be escorted, and flies the neutral flag. The prize rules allow us to sink such ships only if we are certain that they are heading towards an enemy port. If we lack such certainty, ideally we should investigate what it's carrying and verify its destination by performing an inspection. If we would, however, have reason to feel certain that the ship is heading to an enemy port, we may communicate right away that we intend to sink the ship. Please proceed. And proceed with the attack. Okay, so they are on their way to... Oh, okay, hold on. We are... we have really... nearly gone into them. So good thing we did turn, because I wasn't really paying attention. Okay, so we're going to go on board, and we're going to send a delegation to the ship. We are going to send Hooded Snake with a helmet. We're going to send. We're also going to send. We're going to also send Carl as well, with two other sailors, and we're going to go on board. We're going to question the captain, just to see where they are currently going.
What do you need, officer?
Captain of this freighter helps your crew to get onto the deck, greets each member with your delegation with a velkommen, which is welcome in Norwegian, which I did actually know. I'm pretty sure it's spelled with only one L though. He then introduced himself as Frank Johnson. Frank Johnson. Now, that is a absurdly British name. He knows only basics of German speech, but luckily Felix Schmidt from your group speaks fluent in English, so there is no language barrier. After exchanging pleasantries, he invites you to the private room of the deck house. Okay, so we will accept. Your officers sit with the captain in the ship's galley. After a short, small talk, captain asks them the state of what they need. Ask the captain for shipping documents. You request the captain's documents that detail the cargo of the ship and his destination. He anticipated your request and quickly hands you the prepared documents. As you carefully review their contents, he begins to sweat. According to the documents, the ship is heading to the port of London and is carrying utilities. It seems that the ship is trading with blockaded Allies ports and is a fair price for you to sink it. So, very, very interesting. We can confirm that the freighter is involved in military activities. We can sink without risking any international incidents. So we are going to search the cargo hold as well. I know there is no real need to, but I'm going to search it nonetheless. You see, for me, I'm not sure if it's a waste of resources, but wouldn't you escort them back to your port and just basically say, like, well, this is, you know, look what stuff we've got. So, because surely, instead of just sinking it, you could make use of the resources that was on the boat. Is that just me, or is that stupid? I don't know. So what we're going to do, we are going to speed this up. We're going to put to 140, and we're just going to allow this to go through. I say, because I will be sat here all stream otherwise. So it's been quite a interesting little engagement, actually. And we still do have that convoy up in AN488, I believe it was, which was the convoy. So we might actually get a good engagement here. I did intend it, well, I did expect it to be a smaller engagement, which it still could be, but yeah, it's looking quite promising at the moment. So we are just finishing up now. An officer from your group looks around the freighter accompanied with a talkative sailor who speaks some German. He shared his views on the war and told about his uncle that married a woman from Hamburg. Likely story. Regarding the search, nothing suspicious was found. Officer looked at some of the cargo but hasn't found anything unusual. So meet the captain. View transported goods. Ooh. See, that's very, very significant. Okay, so we can exit out of that. Meet the captain. We're going to order an evacuation of the ship. You tell the captain that your orders obligate you to sink this freighter and that they must evacuate it immediately. Captain isn't happy about this outcome, but clearly accepted there is nothing he can do to avoid this from happening. He doesn't respond to you, but instead starts to shout out to his crew and organise evacuations of the freighter. Okay, so we're going to... Ooh! Interesting. Okay, we're going to steal you. And we're going to steal you. We're going to transport them. Yes, yes. That's huge. That's huge. I mean, it's not that big, but it's huge. So it's going to take 39 minutes for us to take these on board. And then we're going to go back to the deck house, move outside to the deck, go to the engine room, and let's see if we can go to the engine room. Okay, so plant explosives, so it requires a sapper. Okay, so that's something that we can look for in the future. So yeah, that's something that we can maybe look at. Wait a minute. I'm going to return to the ship. Where's this boat? Have we completely... Yep.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Can you imagine if they just got back on their boat and just left? Okay, so we are going to come to a head stop now. And then we are going to... U-boat is off duty for 5 minutes. Click here to skip the wait time. We inspected the ship, so we're going to put that down to BDU. We are going to get 100 credits for it as well. There are 3 interactions we can do. So there's lifeboat. We don't want to give them supplies. Take on board with Tom Harris. And then there is take them on board. And there's... Wait a minute. Oh, okay. So 3 interactions. So send someone on. So Sapper. So what we're going to do is we're going to send Nod to, we're going to put 2 people on. We're going to continue, and we're just going to send him over, and as he's a sapper, we're just going to plant explosives onto the boat, and we're just going to just sink it to save ourselves some ammunition. So again, that is something that we can actually consider in the future as well. I wasn't really aware of that being a mechanic. So you go to the just stood there like they're waiting for someone to greet them. Go to the deck house. We're going to go to the engine room, and then we are going to go to plant explosives. There we go. There we go. So the ship should be sinking. There we go. Yep. There we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And that's just going to drop like a stone. Yeah, it just goes down. It doesn't bobble or anything. You just down. That's a huge waste of resources though. But I say it was still a very, very good haul from ourselves. So what we're going to do, we're going to continue back down to the east coast of the UK, and we're just going to see if we can catch up with this. There's tiny funnel smoke. Oh, okay. Is this another engagement that we can potentially? So this is becoming funnel smoke detected at then. Okay, so we are. What we're going to do, we're going to get on our periscope, and we're going to see if we can spot anything on the distance. Which there is something there, and it is looking like it's an unknown ship, and it is a freighter. It is a freighter class, so we're going to just go for it. There's only one there, and it does appear to be, I'm not sure if it's a British ship or, I can't really tell by the flag. That looks yeah, it's Norwegian. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to do this again. We're just going to get on board, and we're just going to question the crew to see exactly what they are doing. So that's been quite a fruitful endeavour here. The SS Snelland, the first. Okay, so we're going to slow this down, and we're going to come to a head stop, and we're just going to go on board, and we're going to question the crew. So we're going to interact. So send a delegation to the boat, and we're going to send Hooded Snake, a good man here, and then we're going to send over. We're going to send Michael Nod here, as he is a sapper, just in case we do need to send that again. We're going to send 4 over, and we're going to give the captain. We're going to give Hooded Snake the helmet as well, and you can't forget his pipe. So we're going to continue, send the delegation squad, and just see what is said.
What do you need, officer?
Oh, lovely. So I told my Amazon shopper to get thick bread, please, and they did. That's nice. After climbing the deck, your crew faces a cold welcome from the cargo ship's crew. What do you want? Asked the ship. Asked the captain in German without exchanging any pleasantries. This is a neutral ship, and you shouldn't be here. Wow, as he was being a bit of a dick, you know, politeness goes a long way. You request the captain documents that detail the cargo on the ship, on his ship and his destination. He anticipates your request and quickly hands you the prepared documents. As you carefully review the contents, he begins to sweat. According to the documents, the ship is heading to the port of London, and he's carrying food. It seems that the ship is trading with blockaded Allied ports, and is a fair price to sink the ship. So we have just done it again. We have just seen a ship that we can just We're not going to bother looking through the food. I mean, there's no point. We're going to order the evacuation. You tell the captain that your orders obligate you to sink this freighter and you must evacuate it immediately. Captain isn't happy about this outcome, but clearly accepted there is nothing he can do to avoid this from happening. He doesn't respond to you, but instead starts to shout out to his crew and organises evacuation of the freighter. So we're going to enter the deck house. We're going to go to the engine room, and then we are going to get Michael Nod to plant some explosives. And that is going to sink the ship, so that is an additional couple thousand tons in our pocket, which is great. And it's going to be going down very, very soon. Very, very soon. That the last little bit is just screaming. It's just screaming, just hanging on by its fingernails. And there we go. So yeah, so we've sunk that at the value of 1,800 credits. There is 2 interactions as well. I have the lifeboat 1. Take them on board, and the skipper. Now, none of these are really useful to us at all. I don't think there's any need to be taking them. So what we're going to do, we're just going to leave them to it, and we are going to continue back down to the channel to see if we can get an engagement on these on this convoy. Would help if we went to a head full instead of just sitting around. Repair completed. What did we? Repair completed. What, did we bonk into the ship? We might have done. I can't really. I don't think we did, because we ended up slow going into the. Let's have a look at the storage. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't think we did. I think we're fine. It's weird. Okay. So we're not going to use this. We are currently sitting on 52%. Okay. We are currently sitting on 52% of our fuel, which is great news. We're going to give a additional officer new communications from a tiny group, but from U-319. So there's a smart cloud spotted in Naval Square, AN488, slow speed, western course. We are currently performing surface repairs and won't intercept. Okay, so that is something that we are not really in the market for at the moment. So what we're going to do, there is a tiny ship in our vicinity, and it is currently on our. Ooh, that's not a tiny ship at all. That's a full convoy. So what we're going to do, we're going to double back. I went a little bit too quick there. And we are going to have to cover nightfall as well, so that's going to help us loads. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go to periscope depth, and we're going to just sink the boat. There is going to be a substantial amount of tonnage here that we can get, and we are going to go underwater. There we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, a little bit of lag there. It's fine. Right, so as you can see, the smoke trails, that's it. There's a lock there, which I want to try. Okay, so that's a tanker. Yep, okay. Looks like it is moving at a substantial speed as well, so we are going to be doing a quick intercept course on these. So this is where the game changes a little bit for us. These will be escorted, no doubt. They are currently in a bit of a zigzag pattern as well, so I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're doing any evasive maneuvers, if they have spotted us already, or if they are just doing a precaution. How fast are we moving at the moment? Okay, so we're currently 6. Right, we are going to go ahead flank just to see if we can get a little bit closer. We are currently sitting on a fairly decent amount on the batteries. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to bring the periscope up, and we're going to see if we can get a visual on these tankers. So we are currently sitting on that's a freighter. That's a freighter. That's a freighter. That's a freighter. Well, in fact, tankers. Is there no convoy? As in, there's no protection for these boats, because if they're not, these are this is very, very nice for us. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to continue going. Yep, we can see them. That is the war. Skipper will take the ship, the nearby ships. What we're going to do is we're going to do a calculation on this boat, I think, or we're going to have to wait to get a little bit alongside. I can't see any. That's the war Dewan, yeah. There is nothing. There's no guns on that boat. Yes, it is a tanker ship. So what we're going to do is we're going to get alongside, and hopefully we can get a good combat angle of attack. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to slow this down a little bit. I say we are on a good angle of attack here, so we're going to do a quick calculation on this. And we're going to go to a head full. We're going to go to the periscope depth. That is the boat that we're looking at, so we say it is a good angle of attack. We're going to lock that in, and it is a tanker, and we are looking at a tanker, and the boat looks, it's not a Dale class, it's not an 01 class. Is it a war class? It might, yeah, I think it's a, yeah, it is a war class, yeah, we know that. The tonnage is around 7,000 tonnage, which is great news. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick calculation on the speed. I'm not sure if this is going to be an accurate read because we are currently moving, so we're going to have to go ahead stop, and we're going to do another quick calculation. It's a little bit early, but that's fine. They're probably moving around 7 knots, judging from the speed that we had to go to try and catch up with them. So it would be around 6 to 7 knots. Okay, so that is set. 7 knots. Okay, the distance from us, they are currently sitting at... this is a little bit difficult because of the... This is about then, so we're going to set that, they're 1.2 kilometers away. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to pause the game quickly, and we're going to do a course. So what we're going to get our compass out. We're going to say They're currently going a little bit around 128, and they're 128 degrees off there. So it's about that. So we're going to set that. We're going to load tube 1, and we're going to fire when ready. Fire. Okay, so we're going to rub these out. And then we are going to go ahead full, and we're going to continue on our course to see if we can get a secondary kill. Hopefully this will be a good hit on this target. The angle is looking very good. Whether or not it's going to dud or not, they are close enough for us to... they are close enough so we're not going to run out of juice on the torpedo. But yeah, whether or not it duds or not, I don't know. But I say, the angle is looking very, very good. Apologies if it is a bit dark as well for those who are watching. We're going to speed this up a little bit, and yeah, this looks like it's going to be a very, very good hit. It's going to hit around about midships. So it was a very, very good hit for us. Hopefully it doesn't dud, and hopefully it is a instant. Okay, so they are taking on a lot of damage. There is a huge fire on board. Whoa! That was an instant kill then. Yeah, so we ignited that boat then, so that just completely got ruined. Jesus. How they got a chance to get on a lifeboat, I don't know. Literally, it was up 20 seconds later, it was gone. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to leave that, and we're going to get going. Hopefully we can catch up. They might have put a little bit more welly in the tank now. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to do another calculation on these. So we're going to lock this one in. And it is a freighter. We are looking at a freighter, and it is a Empire Tower. We can see by the notches here. We can recognise that. The velocity they are going is currently... I'm not sure if this affects the velocity if we're moving as well. I'm pretty sure the game will make it known if it is. We will just have to see here. Set there, so they're going 7 knots, so that seems a little bit better. The distance to us is around 1.1 kilometers, and the course they are currently going is, we get this out, they are currently going about 136 degrees, so we're saying about... They are currently turning as well, so I'm going to say 138. We're going to set that, and we're going to say load tube 4. They are really making a change in the direction as well, so we have to try and get this really quick. Right, let's go. We're going to get 2 people in with the torpedo tubes. We're going to take them off this. guy. And we're going to monitor this torpedo. And we're going to speed this up a little bit. This might actually miss because they've slowed down significantly. Yeah, this will be a miss. Oh, will it? Will it? Yeah, this will be a miss. Unless it just grazes the front, which I... Oh, it might do. Is it just off? Is it just off? Yeah, it's just off. Oh, that was very close. So what we're going to do, we're going to do another... We're going to load tube 3 and we are going to fire. Now I think that is just because they slowed that down. So we're going to monitor this torpedo and we're going to see if we can get a good kill here as well. This looks like it's going to hit. It's going to hit the back of the ship. Yes, it will hit. If it does, then they'll be annoying, but... There we go. There we go. It is only a small fire on board, although they have taken quite a bit of damage here. They might choose to abandon ship straight away, or they will be... Yeah, they're taking... There's a huge fire on board, yeah. And they have taken on a significant amount of water already. Yeah, they're not saving this. There's no way they're saving this. There's far too much that's happened. So we are going to... Yeah, they're not saving that at all. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to continue and we're going to make a third attempt at the... Yep, that's already that's going down as sunk, so that is done. We have got a other boat which is in our vicinity, if I can remember correctly. I do believe it is behind that boat. I'm just going to quickly get onto the free cam. Probably can't see it because we don't have someone in this... on this area. We do have this. We're going to bring someone off the engine room and we're going to see if we can get another visual off off this boat. Okay, so we're going to speed this up a little bit, just see if we can... Yep, that's gone down like a stone. Tube 3 is loaded. So that's sunk. There is the third boat up here, which... Oh, what's this? What's happened there? Oh! I know what that was. That was the torpedo that I fired earlier. I've just fucked up someone's sandcastle. Okay, so we have spotted 2 more boats within the area. Okay, so let's have a quick nosy around. Okay, so there's that boat there, and then there's this boat here. Okay, so... sorry chat, but you need to get out of bed. We're going to go to a head 2/3. And I'm just going to have a look at our torpedoes that we have currently going on. The torpedoes, if I say this, okay, they are all currently in... they are currently torpedo avoidance maneuvers. They are currently trying to avoid torpedoes, which will make it a little bit more difficult, but they are all preheated at the moment as well. So we're going to do a quick calculation on these boats. So we're going to zoom out. Yep, zoomed out fully. I'm going to bring up the periscope to... Okay, so we are going to identify this, and it is a... It looks like an Empire Tower? No? Was it an Empire Bell? I'm pretty sure that is an Empire Bell. Yeah, that's an Empire Bell. So we're going to identify that. The speed, I would say they are currently going... I'm going to say 7 knots, but I just want to double check just in case, because I say they are doing some maneuvers. So their speed is going to be a little bit dicey. But that is definitely an Empire Bell as well, so... And stop. So apparently they're going 8 knots. Interesting. The distance to us, they are currently moving at a... They are currently around 770 meters away, and we're going to do a quick calculation on this. So they're currently... around 123. Okay, so set that. So we're going to load tube 1, and we're going to fire tube 1 when ready. Torpedo 1 ready, and fire. We're going to monitor this torpedo now just to see on the angle of attack. The angle is already looking pretty good. We're going to speed this up a little bit, although it looks like they have sped up on this torpedo yet. So the torpedo was a little bit slow, so maybe our angle of attack was a little bit off. So what we're going to do, we're going to do another quick calculation on that, and they're about 130. 134. So let's go back to our torpedo. This guy. We're going to say angle on attack, and we're going to say 134. We're going to say this, and we're going to say load torpedo tube 2, and we're going to send torpedo tube 2. Ready, fire tube 2. We're going to monitor this torpedo now. Hopefully this isn't a whiff. The angle isn't looking too bad from what I can see. Yeah, the angle's not looking too bad at all. Oh, here we go. It might just be a quick hit on the back. There we go. Okay, so it did take a lot of damage on that back. They've still got their engines running on the back, although we might have just... No, okay, so we did do that. They're taking on plenty of water already, so this might be a quick... There's still a fire on board, and they are trying to abandon the vessel. So this looks like it will be a quick kill for us. And then we're going to move our way over this side, and we're going to try and get the 4th kill. So we're going to send these over to BDU. We're going to rub all this out here that we don't need. That torpedo is going to be making its way to someone's house. Right, let's go this way. Right, we want to just make sure we don't collide with this. Yep, that's just exploded. I'm going to leave this view, and we're going to have a quick look around to see if we can find the 4th ship. Right, let's get onto the Empire Voice. That's the Empire Voice. If I remember correctly, they were a little bit more over this way. That's still not sunk yet either, so we've still not been accredited for that kill. We're going to bring the periscope up, and we're just going to have a quick look around. We're going to unlock this. We're going to bring this around. I think I did see something on the left there as we kind of zoomed through. But that is a negative. That's a lifeboat too. We're not torpedoing a lifeboat too. We are not doing war crimes today. Was that it? Nope. Some scenery. There we go. Okay, I missed that. Okay, so that's a tanker. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here and we're going to go ahead full, and we're just going to try and catch up with this boat here. Right, we're going to go ahead full. We are going to surface the ship actually. We're going to come to this, and we are going to attack this boat with the deck gun. Right, so you, good sir, can you get onto the deck gun? We are currently on armor piercing, so we are going to go to the high explosive, and we're just going to try and get a fire on board. Right, we are loaded, and we're going to just make sure we have enough people supporting Hooded Snake there, just for the extra reload speed. And fire. Let's go for the engine at the back, actually. If we can turn the engine off, then that'll be great. Come on, let's get some fire on board. Okay, I'm going to go for the wheelhouse actually, because it seems like it's not really catching there. I'm going to slow this boat down as well, because we are currently running at a head flank, so we're going to go to a head full. Come on, it's a tanker. It should be laden with oil. That was a bit low. That was silly. Right, we've only got 4 rounds left with the high explosive. Okay, so we dropped a mast there, part of the crane. Two more shots with the high explosive, and then we are going to be switching to the armor piercing. Okay, last shot. Okay, so we are switching to armor piercing now. So what we're going to do is we are going to correct our course. They have been taking on some water actually. That does look a lot lower in the water. let's start firing at the back actually, because the engine, there is no more smoke coming from the engine room as well, so it does look like they've been taking on a substantial amount of water to be dead in the water. The ship is sinking. Great news. The Oligarch is sinking, so we can happily say that we are going to make our way back to the the Oligarch is gone. And there it is, 6 lifeboats. Take them on board. Nope. Lifeboat 5. There is the William Thompson and Desmond Wood. So we are going to take them on board. So we have got a full garrison of survivors now. We are going to speed this up, and we're going to see if we can find that the crew is strained. Indeed, they are. Is that still not sunk? No, it's not. Right, so it was good that we did actually come back for that, because I assumed this one was just going to sink by itself, but apparently they are trying to repair this ship. Right. And fire. I think that's a little bit low, so let's just see if we can get a little bit higher on this boat. But it's good that we actually was able to re-find it, because I was a bit worried that we weren't going to be able to relocate this boat. That's a little bit low again. Again, that's very low. Okay, we're just going to get a little bit closer to this. Let's see if we can speed this up. And then we're going to come to a head stop here. So they are starting to... Okay, the boat is going to be sinking now. But it has become naturally buoyant. So we are just going to poke in a few holes just to release, I believe, the air inside the boat. If we are able to release that air, then hopefully it should be able to just take on that water. Yeah, so now we've taken that. You can see on the bottom left of the screen that the health is currently going down. And then we can be accredited for that kill. So the Empire Voice has now been sunk. So it's an additional 1,800 credits, which is actually brilliant. This has been a really, really good patrol for us. And then we're going to do interactions, which are a little bit too far for us. I don't think we need to do anything here. But yeah, we've got a substantial amount of money in this patrol. Really, really well done, guys. Moving too fast. We don't need to be doing anything with these lifeboats now. I think they are. It's safe to say that these lifeboats don't really give us anything, so we can click that off, and then I just want to have a look at our stock. We're currently sitting on half fuel, 50% of our fuel, which is great news. Just want to have a look at our torpedo stock as well, because I think we spent about 5 torpedoes in there. So we got 4 in the torpedo tubes, and we've got 3 in stock, so we are currently running in 7. And then we do have a torpedo in the aft torpedo tube, as well in the storage as well. So that is a total of 9 torpedoes. Yeah, it's a total of 9 torpedoes as far as I'm aware. Yep, 9 torpedoes. So we still can get a few engagements on this patrol. So I was intending on going back to port and completing a secondary mission, but yeah, I say it's At the moment, there is no real need. The Empire Bowman is currently in our view. Okay, that is the Empire Bowman is not something that we have sunk previously, I don't think. So we can kind of have a look at this and see if we can get a good kill as well. So strain and stress. Let's have a quick rest on you. Let's see. See if we can get a good visual on this boat as well. I'm not sure if this is a boat that we have previously sunk. I don't believe it is. But let's just have a look, shall we? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it absolutely is. Alright, so I can't see anything here. Oh, it's a bit of a... let's have a look around. Yeah, I can't see any of this, so... We're going to speed this up. We're going to get going. And just wave to them as we go past. So that's the other ship that we did sink as well. So that's the wreckage. We don't need to be dealing with that either. We do need to be moving out of this area because I do think there might be a few ships to come along to see what's happened. So we're gonna disengage from here, and we're just going to make our way around. But so as a whole, it's been a very, very good, very good patrol. So we've done 4 ships in that convoy. We've done 2 ships that was going through from Norway to London. So there's a tiny group there. I think U-827 are a little bit late to that party. That was me. So we are currently sitting on 44% fuel now. So that's so there's a tiny group there apparently. Our air compressor is low. We are going to be looking at that. There's a merchant ship in Naval Square in AN244 near hydrophone operator reports slow speed southern west course carrying on with other orders. Okay, so that's AN244, which is southern west course, which is this direction. Let's see if we can engage. Okay, so we're going to add someone to the... Just looking at the levels on my OBS, and I'm pretty sure you can hear the dog snoring in the background. What are you doing, Beep? What are you doing, Belly? You're snoring. You're snoring, but you're wide awake. So for those who are unaware, I have a little French bulldog called Bella, but she goes by many names. Hello, Beep. Yeah, so she goes by many other names, and mainly it's down to the fact of my dad. So my dad's got this thing where if he likes something, he'll give it a nickname. And his gave her about 6 nicknames. So he calls her the Beep, he calls her the... obviously we call her Belly. Oh, there's a few others I'm trying to remember now, but he just comes out with them. Oh, he calls a boom boom. He goes boom boom. Like, oh, what's that fucking TV show? Basil Brush. That's it. Basil Brush. I couldn't fucking remember then.
So müde.
Right, boys, you are really struggling at the moment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have Kurt to sort out the air compressor as well. So we are currently running on that. See if there's anything within the area as well. So yeah, I think I don't, because I'm so used to her snoring as well, I don't really hear it until I'm not, like, until I start paying attention. It's like something, it's just second nature for me now, just to hear her snoring in the background. So she could have been doing that entire stream and I didn't know. But oh well, what are we gonna do? Yeah, so it's so she's a sweet little dog, to be fair. She's 5 years old. I did intend. Ooh, hello. Freighter in Naval Square AN 794 Western course, slow speed, can't intercept. Okay, 794, which is up here. So we're going to go around the UK and we're just going to see if we can actually intercept this. Oh. Ooh. Boys. And we're going to go to periscope depth and we're just going to wait this out, because that is going to be a huge convoy, as it would seem. I can see 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yeah, that's huge. That's a juicy convoy. Yeah, that's really big. Yeah, so there's smoke there as well. There's a Empire Bell there, and I think that will be it. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we're just going to allow these to get a little bit closer. There is a tanker, yep. And what we're going to do, we are going to come, we are currently sitting on 21% of our fuel, so we are fairly close to having to go back to port, which is unfortunate because this is a bit of a juicy, find this late into the patrol. It should be fine as long as I have 2 people operating the engine room as well. And as long as they are coming towards us, which I don't even think they are. No, they're not. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Unknown ship, unknown ship. Okay, let's have a look to see what these are. So that's a... Let's go up. Okay, so that's a... So that's a freighter. And then that's a tanker. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to engage on this target first. It is a freighter. It looks like it's an Empire tower, judging by the last notches on the back of that boat. The velocity, we're going to just determine the velocity. I am going to pause down to a head stop. So we're going to calculate this, which I'm going to guess it's around about 7 knots. Luckily the sea state is very calm as well, so that's going to help us a lot. And done. So, oh, they're traveling at 9 knots. Now, was that because I didn't slow down? I imagine that's what it is. I don't feel confident with that because a Empire, it can travel at 10 knots. I don't feel totally confident with that. They are making some speed, but I'm going to just do another quick calculation. I don't feel totally confident with that. If it was at 8 knots, I probably would have accepted it. But 9 knots, I don't feel like... I mean, it does look like it's going quick, granted. But, again, going 9 knots when there's no reason to be going 9 knots, unless... 9 knots, okay. How long will you be live in college? I don't know, mate. I don't know how long I'll be in stream for. I've been streaming for about 2 hours now, and I say there's this engagement. I did intend to do another engagement afterwards, another patrol, but I don't know, mate. Yeah, I might stick around for another patrol afterwards. May stick around, but that will be a very, very long stream. If I don't do it now, I may be back later on to do a little bit more U-boat as well. So, because obviously I've got to go and eat, I've got to go and sort stuff out. You know, it's all the jibber jabber. So, yeah, man. But no, thanks for dropping in. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly do this calculation here. So, I'm going to look for that flag. That's about there. We're going to set that. It's about 3.7 kilometers out. And we're going to say, we're going to get our protractor. We're going to say, you are traveling from that to that. So that's about right. And it's around I think a 79 degree. For God's sake. 79 degrees. About 79 degrees. Okay, pal. Yeah. Hopefully see you later on, mate. Yeah, thanks for dropping in. 79 degrees. Okay, so we've got to say 79 degrees off there, right. So we're going to say set that, and then we're going to load tube 3, and then we are going to fire when ready. Fire. Okay, so we're going to come off this, and we're going to look at this tanker. So we're going to lock this tanker in. We're going to identify it as a, I think it is just a war class. It's either a war class. It's not an AO class. O1 class, sorry. And it's not that. So it is a war class ship. I'm going to actually say that the speed they're going as well is, how fast can they go? They can travel at 16 knots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 9 knots as well as the distance. They are currently... I'm just trying to get the bearings of where the highest point is, which is that flag. So it's about there, 4 kilometers. And then we're going to do another quick calculation here. That is a warship, so that is something that we have to be careful of. The angle on this is going about this to that. It's about a 67 degree angle, so 67 degrees. And we're going to set that. We're going to load tube 4, and we're going to fire. Fire. We've got 2 people in the torpedo tube as well. In torpedo tube, I don't want 5 people. Right, so we can come off this. We're gonna watch this torpedo. Now, it does look like it's going a bit too quick. That looks better. But this looks like it is going a bit too quickly, although they are running at 9 knots according to the calculations. So this might just pass in front, which is unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but again, it is one of those things, I guess. Yeah, this is going to pass in front. Yeah, it's going to pass in front, so that's going to be a bit of a no-bueno. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another quick calculation on this boat. We're going to go... lock this in. We're going to say it's this. They are travelling. I'm going to say in the same speed. I'm going to say a angle on bow is... Oh, I don't know actually. Hold on. Yeah. So they might have slowed down. So I'm going to do another quick calculation on this. So they're going to say speed, and they're going to say... Belly. Belly. Stop being loud. Stop being loud, little lad. Good girl. Good girl. Right, so, and stop. Set. And that is... what have we done? No, don't do that. I'll just... Why can't I get it up? That came out wrong. Yeah, that's going to pass ahead as well. I do think the speed's off. I think they're not travelling at 9 knots. I do think they're travelling at 8 knots. I don't want to set an intercept course. Okay. Yeah, they're not travelling at 9 knots. It's 8 knots. So, right, what am I doing? There we go. Okay, so apparently it's 7 knots they're running. Okay, so that makes more sense. So I'm going to go to tube.
Rohr 1, bewässern.
Tube 1. And we're going to load, and we're going to fire when ready. This guy we're going to say 7 knots. And we are going to go tube 2.
Rohr 2, bewässern. Rohr 2 fertig.
Fire. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to look at these torpedoes now. They are not warmed, so there's a good chance that we might actually not. But there's, I say, a good chance. There is a chance that they will be duds as well. This is looking a little bit more healthy though. So we are going to speed this up. Oh, they really took a stop. They really slowed down. Whether or not they slowed down because of the wreckage here, I don't know. It's... I'm not confident. I'm not confident in this. I mean... No, it's going to pass just ahead. Which I think it's because of this war class ship that it's still calculating that it's still there, so they've slowed down. I mean, on the face of this, it looks like it may still hit. No, just ahead. That's a very, very unfortunate. This, on the other hand, is... Yeah, the ship's still there. Yeah, the ship's still there that we sunk earlier. So that's going to miss as well, which is, again, very, very unfortunate. Okay, so we're going to leave this view. We are going to wait. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so it did sink. So it ran out of its juice. We are going to go to our torpedo, and we're going to... We're going to do another quick calculation. Wait a minute. Is that... wait a minute. It's stuck. Is this a... Are we going to cheese this? Okay. Velocity is 0. We're going to say 0 velocity, and we're going to enter that in. We're going to just do a quick check to see if that is the case. We're going to launch that, and we're going to say fire. So this might be a bit of a cheese. I don't think. Right, so there's another tanker. There's a... That's a destroyer. But yeah, I think it's stuck. It's wedged. I planned it all along. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick... You know what? I'm going to do a calculation on this. Because if I can sink this destroyer, then there's a good chance I can just deck gun the rest. So it is a... Is it us? It's not that. Is it an EF? No, it's not an EF. Oh, it could be. Is it a hunter class? No. Is it a Sims class? No. Or is it a tribal? It could be a tribal class looking at it. Yeah, it's a tribal class. Yeah, that's a tribal class. Okay, so velocity. I'm going to do a quick velocity check. And we're going to send 2 torpedoes down. And hopefully nab the kills. We have to be very quick though, because we have got a torpedo downrange, which is going to mess up our calculations. So that is something I've got to be aware of as well. And we are going to be done. Okay, so we're at 7 knots. The distance from us is looking around. We got to look at the top of this flag, which the top of the flag is around there, 3.8 kilometers, and we are running at 67. Okay, so 73. I want to make sure I lock it in first. Recognise it was running at 7 knots. Enter, it was at 73. It was at course 73, but I'll say it's more of a 74 now. 74.48, and then we're running 4.
Rohr 3, bewässern. Rohr 4,
And we're going to send
bewässern.
tube 2 and 3.
Rohr 3,
And we're
bewässern.
going to say
Rohr 4, fertig.
fire.
Los!
This one, that actually got hit, so that did land. So we can't really arse around here because we do have a low fuel as well. So we're going to speed this up. They might have slowed down due to the... Yeah, I don't think these are gonna get. I don't think these will land. Yeah, these won't land. Which again is very unfortunate. Yeah, very, very unfortunate. So, I'm gonna have to.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Schneller, schneller!
What's going on here? Okay, so we're gonna have to spin the boat round. Okay, so now we're going to do another calculation on this, which is around 76, and we are there. So it's around a 80-degree 80 degrees on there. Load tube 5, and this is our last torpedo we can fire here. So let's just see if we can get this kill. If we can, then that'll be really nice. I mean, we are running very low on torpedoes now anyway, but we will just have to see. I'm going to put this through to BDU, and we're going to rub out all of this. And we're just going to watch this go down. I don't think that's going to hit that, although there is a chance that it could actually hit this one. Nope. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do another calculation. Yeah, that completely whiffed there. Which is very, very unfortunate. And I feel like doing another calculation here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go on to this. We're going to up that. They have got around that boat now, so it should be an easier calculation for us. We're going to say we're going to time this. And we're just going to try and get this. I mean, they have slowed down significantly as well, so it might make it a little bit easier on a slower target. But we have only got one chance on this now. We have only got one torpedo left in the aft tube. But as we can see, this is moving very slowly. They could pick their speed up during, as they've got past the wreckage. But it's something that I can really monitor as well when I get into when I come to my other patrols as well, because it seemed that wreckage actually did cause a lot of grief. We did get a easy cheese hit. It didn't actually sink the boat. It didn't actually sink the boat, but it did. It did actually do some damage. So we're gonna get this. We're gonna go that and then that. I hate when it does this. Alright, so we're looking at around an 82 degrees off. So we're looking at around 82 to 83. That's if I can actually do it. There we go. Set that. We're going to send torpedo 5. Hopefully we can get this kill. If we can get this kill, then we might be able to get a few more kills with the deck gun. But we will just have to see now. So we've fired this. We are going to make our way this way. If we can't get this kill, then we are going to disengage and go back to port. So we're going to watch this, and we're just going to follow it down and just see if we can get this kill. The angle isn't looking that great. Yeah, they've sped up. They've really sped up. Okay, cool. That's fine. I assumed that would be the case anyway. So, unfortunately, we aren't going to be able to get this kill here. We aren't going to be able to disengage, well, engage in a one-to-one on the deck gun. So what we're going to do, we are just going to make our way back to port. So we're going to go to a head full, and we're just going to go. Which again is very unfortunate, but as I say, it is one of those things. It does happen. So we are going to come up from periscope depth as well. So there is no need to be in underwater. I did just see something there, which is a smoke on the horizon, which we're going to just have a look to see if we can spot what that is. It might just be another U-boat. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's another U-boat, but what we'll do, we'll just kind of do a quick check. And 2 seconds, my phone is ringing. Right, I will be right back, chat. I have a delivery outside, so I will be 2 seconds. So, 2 seconds. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, my Amazon delivery driver just doesn't know where I live, apparently. So let's have a look then. Let's see what this is. It is a... Oh, okay, we've just lost that. Okay, I can't see as of yet. So let's speed this up. Right, okay, so... Okay, that is making some significant headway, so... What I'm going to do is I'm going to go this way and we're just going to speed this up. We are currently travelling at a head full. We do need some people in there as well. We're currently sitting on 21% fuel. So let's see if we can catch up with this ship. Funnel smoke is up here. We're going to go quickly. Yeah, so they might have even seen us and they've actually just trying to blast it down the road because okay, so it is a British ship. And it does just look like a Empire Bell or Empire Tower. I always forget which one's which. And we can even just sink the ship with the deck gun, or we can even just go on board. Can we go on board? Funnel smoke, no. Okay, apparently we can't. So what we're going to do, we're going to get onto the deck gun. We're going to use a hooded snake here. And we're going to get onto the deck gun. And just going to finish this guy off. I don't think we've got any high explosives on board. So we're just going to use... armor piercing and just hopefully aim for the waterline. Command station is at 10% armor. Okay, cool. Got his Locky Pipe with him, so that's going to be good. We're going to have 2 members of staff on. Right. And we got 24 rounds of armor piercing, so that should be enough if I don't whiff them like that. Okay, so we are going to come down to a head 2/3. I do want to aim for that waterline. If we can get a fire on board, that would be very good. That was a lovely shot. Okay, we are going to come down to a head 1/3 now because I say we are... It's a bit too low. There might even still damage underneath, but you want to try and get the water line so it's kind of bang on. I'm going to spread a bit of the damage around as well. I think that was a little bit too low, maybe. Oh, that was whiffed over. Great. Again, that was whiffed over. Okay, I can't afford to keep wasting these sorts of shots. So I'm just going to aim for the middle. Just as I say, there's more of a chance of hitting, even if it is just in the wheelhouse as well. Okay, that was a lovely shot. And it is starting to list already. I can see the list coming. Or they are just taking a very, very deep turn. I don't think that is the case though. I think they are taking on a substantial amount of water. Yeah. So I've just knocked a bit of their crane off. There is definitely a list going on. There's a fire on deck, which is good to see as well. just going to pop some rounds into the back of the boat as well, just to see if we can get any, if we can just spread that damage. And we got 3 more shots, so we are going to use these 3 shots onto, oh, 4 shots, sorry, on this boat, and then we are going to watch it sink, hopefully. I think that was a little bit low again. 2 more shots. What? Their ship is sinking. Okay, that's good. 1 more. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay. 1 more, no more, apparently. Right, okay, cool. So we have sunk the Empire Prince. There is 2 interactions, that, but they are on the lifeboats. We don't need to be doing anything with that. We have completely used up all of our resources in terms of our ammunition. I think we do still have, we do obviously have the flat gun as well, which we could have used just in case. The game froze, there we go. So we are going to make our way back to Wilhelmshaven, and we are going to restock and call it a day. So we are currently running at a head 1/3. We will go to a head full. We will take. We will make. Okay, so he's not got any. Anyone there? We'll say we do still have 20% in the fuel, which we've got remaining 2,100 kilometers left in the tank. So we're more than happy to. Oh, was that another? Okay. So nothing at the moment. And apparently my dad's destroying the whole apartment. New communications. So there is a single steamer in the naval square of AN 499, speed 7 knots, course 180 degrees, 2 duds, 1 miss, couldn't continue attack. Okay, so we can confirm that, but we are not going to engage. We are going to head straight back.
Zeit für eine Pause. Im Dienst.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is, as we normally do, we are getting close to the port. We are going to slow down. I say it does get a little bit ropey here coming through to the port. So we're going to go to a head 2/3, and we're just going to speed this up a little bit. But yeah, but say anyone who's been watching and say you've enjoyed the content, I say I will try and do this a little bit more as well, especially this week as I've got the week off. So if you do enjoy it, say just drop a follow on the channel. Say it is appreciated. I am currently on the road to affiliate, so I'm trying to get to that 50 mark. And if I do get there, I say all follows appreciated. I do have a Discord as well, which you can look at the channel, and the Discord is in there as well. So yeah, if you got any recommendations for games that you want to see be played, regardless of how weird or obscure they can be, I say I'm open to pretty much all games as long as they're not obviously against Twitch terms and conditions. Yeah, just say throw any recommendations in there, and I'll say I'll be sure to give them a look. Right, we are coming close to this. I say it is. I do feel like okay, we are running at a head 2/3, and it is a little bit awkward trying to come through here. I mean, it's near on bang on midnight, so it's going to be a little bit difficult trying to come through. We're running low on fuel, which yes we knew. Okay, so we're going to slow down, we're going to stop, and we're going to come to a... Okay, so we've come to this stop, we're going to go ahead 1/3. The reason why I'm taking it slow is just because you can end up ploughing into this wall here if you just end up speeding up. So yeah, I don't want everything that we've done today go to waste. So now we've done that, we can happily say that we'll do this. So we are going to, we're just going to take it easy. We're just going to go this way and call it a day. So we have been at sea now for coming on to nearly a month now. So it was a very, very good engagement. So yeah, it was pretty enjoyable. So I might even come back later to do a Patrol 8. The last couple of engagements we have had haven't been as fruitful as today. I say we could have got a lot more if we hadn't not whiffed. There's some that were whiffs, but I think it was the wreckage that was kind of causing a bit of an issue, because there was the boat that was stuck, and then because the boat was stuck, it was actually holding up where people had to do other maneuvers. If that wasn't the case, then I'm sure we would have got a few more kills in our pocket, but again, it's one of those things. Hello, Belly. Hello. You come to say hello. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, you smelly dog. You smelly dog. Right, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to immediately, well, before we do any of that, we're going to report back to our officer, and we're going to see what decorations we have. So, Hooded Snake, big congratulations to you. You have got the Iron Cross decoration, which was established in 1813 by King Frederick Wilhelm III of Prussia. It was a long tradition of German military. It's awarded for a single act of bravery in the battle. A black core is made of solid iron, and the frame is made of an alloy called German silver. So big well done to you, mate. And you've also got the German Cross of the First Class. So the Iron Cross First Class was awarded for repeated acts of bravery in the battle. It's a higher tier of the Iron Cross decoration and comes with a pin at the back instead of a ribbon. So big well done to you, good sir. The German Cross in Gold, you got 29 points out of 80. So you did do a lot in this patrol. So yeah, well done you. Kurt Hoffman is currently nearly just over halfway for the German Cross in Gold, and our skipper Keeper Elos is currently just gone over half for the Knight's Cross, which is lovely. We did get a lot for the Tonnage War. Ooh, are you motherfucker? I thought we were gonna get it. Oh, nuts. So the British Empire's largest weakness is the inconnectivity and dependence on the naval trade. Our U-boat force are especially capable of striking at this weak spot by blocking major trade routes. Okay, lovely. So we did. So we sunk the Empire Marina. We sunk the SS Irma. And then the SS Snellan the first. Then we did come down to the coast where we sunk the War Dewan, the Empire Beaumont, the Oligarth, and the Empire Voice. We did sink the Empire Prince as well, just at the end, which was great. So altogether, we did sink a total of 8 vessels, which is very, very juicy. We were at sea for only 16 days, which is, for what we did, was very, very good. We sunk a total of 35,000 tons this stream, which was great. We was only at sea for 16 days and travelled a total of 8,933 kilometres. And so we did sink a fair amount. It looks like we sunk 6 freighters and 2 tankers. Yeah, 6 freighters, 2 tankers, which is great. We did help an ally as well in the patrol sector. We did do the 4,000 tons. We smashed the 4,000 tons, and we did do the 2,000 kilometers. So overall, it was a very, very successful patrol. I do think the boys are in need of a bit of a break there. I'm not going to go on a big holiday. We have just been on 2 big holidays with the boys. So we are going to first resupply. We are going to do we sell these? I don't think we do sell. We are going to take one more supply there, I'm not going to sell these because there is a good chance that we may actually have to give these to allies in. Oh, okay. So the deck gun we are going to take on 40, and then we've got this star. We've got the star shells. We've got 40 large high caliber rounds, which are armor piercing. We're going to fill up the boat on the fuel tank at the torpedoes. We are going to load the torpedoes back up with as many tier 2 torpedoes that we can find that are lying around, as we are going to be not using any money on them, although the difference between them is just the speed. So it's just the speed at the moment, which is kind of we are only using our torpedoes at 30 knots or 30 kilometers an hour. So the difference in the speed that we're using at the moment, we may venture with different speeds. So what we did in that patrol then was we were trying to get trying to hit ships simultaneously, so it would mean by the time the first torpedo hits, the second one's just about to hit, so they can't do a different maneuver. We haven't really explored with using any of those mechanics yet, but we will look at that in the near future. So the stern torpedo, we are going to be looking at that, and then the items, we are going to be taking a car 98. We're going to take 2 of these as well, just to use what we can, and we are going to take a... You know what? We can't... Can we... Is that all we can take? We're going to take another helmet as well. Okay, so we are currently decked out with as much as we can. Which is great. Deck gun. We're going to also take an additional 46 high explosives as well, if I can. Can I? Can I? I don't want to do that just in case it does actually take it. I'll see. And once it's been moved, it will. I'll have a look. So there's that, and then I want to upgrade my ship. So there is a lot of levels up here. So we are going to go through those levels up together. So firstly, what we want to do is we want to exit out of this. We want to say goodbye to your man there, and we are going to go to our leading officer. And my crew needs a break. Release survivors first, so we are going to release those survivors, which I totally forgot that we had as well. Have I played in 1945? No, I haven't. No, I've not made it past 1941. Hopefully with this playthrough I will get to 1945. But yeah, as I say, it's I've not got there yet. So I'm kind of one of these people where I don't want to. I know when you do a vacation, it kind of takes you, like the date's gone, but then I automatically think, oh, those dates are wasted. I could have been at sea for those. But I know I can't think that way. You know, I got to understand there is downtime instead of the over the uptime as well. So I've brought back survivors. So this is going to give me a lot of reputation, apparently. And then I want to say go to the next assignment. No, I don't want to do that. But how are you, mate? How are you doing? How was college?
Kapitän, das kann deine neue Crew sein. Lassen Sie mich wissen, wenn Sie Dokumente sehen möchten. Beim BDU wird viel über Ihre
Let's go to headquarters. Let's have a look to see what we can actually put out. So we do have 2 points in our reputation now. So there's sonar decoys we're not going to be putting in yet. There's the equipment production, which more replaceable parts and medkits imports. Potassium absorbers will now become available. Again, I don't know what they are. So the advanced the armored conning tower, tier 1, and then there is the torpedoes, the hydrophone, and the accumulators. So what I may do, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, so I'm going to come off the ooh, what's this? Ooh, I didn't know any of this. What's it give? Headquarters guidelines, recruit guidelines. Okay, okay. So this is just tutorial stuff. Okay, I don't want to do any of that. Move through favors. Headquarter influence. Allowed to run 2 missions at headquarters. Okay, so. Okay, so I can't do 2, can I? So I'm gonna have to pick between the equipment and the accumulators. I think I may just go for the. I don't know what a potassium absorber does. Hoodie, do you know what a potassium absorber does? I don't know. I don't know what it does. When I think of potassium, I just think bananas, and I know it's nothing to do with bananas. So hydrophone, this accumulators. So let's have a look to see. So Dr. Ernest Prian, I'm going to say I need an engineer. Right, okay. I'm just trying to think what I've got to do here. Okay, so firstly, I'm going to... Right, this is what I've got to do. Okay, I'm going to say equipment or accumulators. I'm going to say the accumulators, I think, or potassium absorbers. You don't have any officers staying on land that match the requirements of this mission. Okay, so let's go to the crew. I know I keep going back and forth, so I do apologise for that. But I'm going to go to the recruitment. I'm going to say...
Lassen Sie mich wissen, wenn Sie Ihre Dokumente sehen möchten.
He's apparently free. Oh, he's not an engineer. That's why he's not an engineer. Okay, well that makes total sense. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show me recruitment. I'm going to recruit a certain someone. I'm going to say I'm going to recruit. Oh Christ! Look at the chin on this dude. Can check out Chin Diesel over here. Where's Chin Diesel? There's Chin Diesel. Max Flair. Born in Osterfeld, he's separated from his father at a young age and grew up in Lübeck with his uncle Hans. He left gymnasium and joined the merchant navy. He quickly became a captain and then was unemployed for a long time due to the lack of prospects. He joined the Kriegsmarine at the midshipman. Right, I'm going to give you a go. I'm going to then come away. No, I don't want to do this. Where is your man here who I've just recruited? What was his name again? It was Max, wasn't it? So I've got to promote him to a engineering role. Ooh. Okay, pal. Yeah, noise. Engineer. So engineer's a specialist. Yeah, I know this, and then it's going to cost me 1 reputation. Okay, so I think it's going to be safe to say I'm going to need a engineer out. So I'm going to customize. So if there are any people in chat, other, obviously, then Hooded Snake who wants to be part of the crew, then just say shout your name up in chat, and I will switch the name from Max to obviously whoever wants to do it, and then obviously you can just customize your character there. So we can have a look at that if anyone wants to shout up. We are then going to go to the HQ, and we're going to look at you know what, I'm tempted to say, you know what, I'm not even going to be able to do it because I'm going to spend one promoting. Wait a minute. Haven't I just promoted him to an engineer? I'm pretty sure I did. Recruitment. Yeah, I did, yeah. So my bad. Okay, so I'm going to go to the again. I'm going to go to the headquarters. I'm going to pick not the leader. I'm going to say the accumulators, and I'm going to say Max. So yeah, I'm going to put them down for the next mission. So it's going to be 12 days before they can come back with the accumulators 1. I'm going to say my crew needs training and my crew needs a break, and there is a, so the crew will gain 25% of the experience from their last patrol, which will be really nice. So we do need to do that due to the contact of politicians. Now we don't need to do this because it will be done in the next, in the 21 days anyway, so there's no real need to be spending an additional 1,500. So we are just going to let the crew go to the Bavarian village for a 3-week holiday, which will be nice. So we're just going to pass this around. We're just going to let it go through. So yeah, but if anyone in chat wants to be a an engineer within the crew, please just give us a shout, and I'll put you in. There is so that's done. So the accumulators was complete. So research has been completed. Visit port if you would like to refit your boat. Absolutely. So that's done. By the way, join the Discord names. Yeah, I did notice, mate. Yeah, I did notice you joined the Discord. Yeah, thanks for joining. If you wanted to throw any recommendations of anything that you wanted to see, just throw it up in the Discord, in the recommendations channel. It does go in slow mode because there is a few people who I know will literally recommend their entire Steam list, and it's like, I'm not. I've only got so many years to live. I am not going through that. But yeah. Thanks for joining, mate. Do appreciate. Right, so we're going to look at the boat, and we're going to see what we need for accumulators, which it's nothing to do with this. Steer depths. Pumps. Nope, it's nothing to do with this, not to do with the hatch. Is the accumulators, compressor, diesel, workshop? No. I'm trying to think what the accumulators go to. What's the... There's nothing to do down here. There's no water there. So cruise vacation, yeah, that's that. Ready or Not. Now I have seen Ready or Not, and it does look interesting. I don't know how the AI works in the game. I don't know if it's a kind of a good AI or not. It is definitely one of those games where you should play as a crew, though. More like Payday as well, if that makes sense. I'm just going to go through this in 9 days. But yeah, Ready Not does look pretty interesting. Okay, this is a great view. There we go. Okay, so take an assignment before leaving. Yes, absolutely we will. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the leading officer. I think my crew needs training. No, they don't. That's not what I wanted. I wanted to look at the recruitments. Show me their files. No. Nope. Okay. So Keeper Elos is skills. So has he got an additional point? Yes, he does. So there is multiple skills now we can look at. So there is the leaders take care of the crew. Officer traces enemy ships by UZO and periscope are 25% faster. That's interesting. That's interesting. Officer may recruit an additional sailor to aid him. Now that's... Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the focus. I'm going to give him the focus if I can. Oh no, wait a minute. He's already got that. Okay, doop. Okay, these are the ones that I needed. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure he already had that. So the officer shoots more accuracy from the cannon. The personal support when stresses rises to 100% for the first time during assignment. The officer is able to perform navigation tasks exceptionally well. For this reason, he may rise navigation quality up to 100%. There's a World War I game that I can find. You manage an army. Okay, yeah. Throw it up. Say if there's anything like that, I'm more into that. So yeah, 100%. Quick, can knock out one of your sailors. Right, okay, not having that one. Playing cards with crew can boost morale, and then officer navigation. Okay, so I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this because it will just help with the recoil. So that's done. So that's Keeper Elos done. So we've got Carl next, who we can look at his skills. He has got an additional point. Radio Man are specialised in. So we've got this. So officer can crudely estimate velocity and type of targets using the hydrophone. The officer has long practice in using the radio and can both receive and send messages 33% faster. That's not interesting. And then the sensitive hearing officer has spent tens of hours on the hydrophone and learnt to better recognise the quiet sounds the officer can detect. Okay, so that'll be better for us there. So that was Carl. Horst, we can have a look at what they've got going on. They've got no points to spend there, which again is fine. Michael has got no points as well. Kurt has got a 1 point to use, so we can either look at I think this is probably the best one, the management, just to have an additional person at their disposal. So we're going to have that. And then we have got Max, who we say anyone. Hooded Snake is doing well. Hooded Snake is doing well. I was just about to come to them. Say anyone in chat who wants to be Max, give us a shout. And then Hooded Snake, our very own Hooded Snake here. You have gone up no levels, apparently. Although we did use you a fair amount in this patrol anyway. You did do really, really well. I don't know where you're... Is there anything that you want here, pal? Like, are you missing some glasses? Are you missing your eye patch? If you want anything here, just give us a shout and I'll put that on for you. Can I customise this guy? Can I change his name? Oh, I can. Wait a minute. Can I change everyone's name? Oh, I can? Shit. I did not know that. I thought it was only people that I've just recruited. Okay, that's juicy. Okay, if anyone wants to be anything in the crew, just give us a shout and I'll send in some replacements. Yeah, there's yeah, that'd be quite nice. If you do want that. So we've done this now. So I will choose the crew for the next assignment. I don't want to do that yet because I'll do that in the next patrol. What have we got going on? We've got the ammunition, equipment, torpedoes are still being loaded. Excuse me. Where's all my torpedoes? This. Okay, cool. I want to upgrade my ship. Okay, so let's see this. So the accumulators. Okay, so the T1 accumulators that have their capacity increased by 25% when compared to the default ones. So that is for the electric engine. That is quite nice. That's 12,000. It's going to cost us. You want shades? You want some shades on? Okay. So we're going to upgrade the accumulators to level 1, and then are we going to be able to get any? I think on the diesel engines, I don't know. Let's have a quick look. Decoration. We don't want a Christmas tree. Listening room. We can't do this yet. And we are deck gun. We can. No, we're not going to remove the deck gun. The deck gun's actually quite important. The conning tower is to tier 1. So I'm going to go and get you some shades now, pal. So that's going to be done. Oh, what's this? There's the Grand Harbour. The island is the most important British naval bases in the Mediterranean and became a strategic target for the Axis powers after Italy entered the war. The port is central importance for disrupting supplies to the German and Italian troops in North Africa. Imported goods, food, tea, rubber, utilities, medical supplies, ammunition, depth charges, iron ore, lumber, potassium absorbers. Which again, I have no clue what they are. Okay, so we're going to go to recruitment. We're going to say hooded snake, and you wanted some shades. Okay, so accessories, and you're going to be looking at sunglasses. There we go. There we go. Okay, looking great. Oh, looking. Okay, so that's done. So we've done this. We can just go through another day just to load up. I think that was some. Was that some snow that we saw in March? Really? So now our torpedoes should be fully stocked. So we've got all them done. They're doing the maintenance, and then we are going to be looking at this one here, which is done as well. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do, so we are pretty much done now with our patrol. We're going to be good there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to leave it there for today. So I have been streaming now for about 3 hours. I say it was a very, very good patrol that we did. I say there was a few unfortunate. I can hear my dad laughing in the other room. Okay, that's weird. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. It was a very, very good patrol that we did today. I may be back a little bit later. Say it is 5:30. So I may be back tonight to do patrol 8. Because what I am interested in doing, I say I was going to do the mine. Ooh, what's this? Norwegian campaign escort duty. Okay, so I just want to quickly read this. The preparations to invade neutral Norway are underway for a few weeks. When the operation begins, troop ships escorted by surface warships will depart to invade major Norwegian ports. U-boat forces roll will be to intercept Royal Navy warships and troop ships that may be sent to recapture the ports and aid surface warships in the escort's duty. That sounds quite appealing. So our troop ships require an additional protection from enemy forces. They will be escorted by destroyers, but an U-boat's presence will allow for a swifter location of incoming enemies, thanks to GHG hydrophones that are much more effective than the surface vessels. The convoy will depart immediately after you accept this mission. Skipper, make sure that you are all also ready to depart before accepting. Okay, so that is quite interesting. So let's say it's only one mission, and we are looking at the tonnage war as well. So there is looking up here, and there's looking down here as well for the Bay of Biscay. So that's something that we may venture into a little bit later. I say I don't know if I will be back later. I'm not setting it in stone, but I say it will be in the Discord later on if I am going to be streaming, or I may just have a little bit of a film night with the old man. I say because he's only down for until Friday, so I do want to make sure that I do spend a little bit of time with him whilst he's down. Say because I don't see him that often. But yeah, I'll be sure to let people know in the Discord. I'll drop it on my Twitter as well if people want to follow me on there and all the shit, you know how it is. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you all today. Say thanks for coming along and watching. I hope you have enjoyed. For those to say who aren't following, to say if you do consider just dropping us a follow. Say I am on the road to affiliate. So if I can get to that 50 mark, that will be absolutely great. But yeah, again, thanks so much for coming along. So it was really fun today, and hopefully I will be back later. And yeah, if I don't see you, have a good rest of your day, and I'll hopefully see you over the next coming days. I don't know what I will be streaming, if I am going to be streaming in the next couple of days anyway. I don't want to burn out on U-Boat. I am enjoying the game so far. I am enjoying the game, but there's a few story games I do want to try and get through as well. So yeah, I will. I'll have a think. And obviously I'll get back to people. So yeah, thanks for coming along. If you yeah, I'll don't know what I was going to say now. So yeah, thanks for coming along, and I'll see you all very soon. So take care and bye bye.